Good morning and welcome to Thriving in the Vine from St. Elizabeth Episcopal Church in Richmond Hill, Georgia on this Thursday, March the 11th, 2021. Our reflection today is from the Reverend Cynthia Taylor from Holy Comforter in Martinez. And it begins, writer Philip Yancey in his book, What's So Amazing About Grace, tells a story about a British conference on comparative religions. Learned scholars focused their debate on what belief was unique to Christianity. The discussion had gone on for some time and was becoming heated when in walked C.S. Lewis. "What's the rumpus about?" he asked. When told they were discussing what was unique about Christianity among royal religions, Lewis responded, "Oh, that's easy. It's grace." Today's reading from St. Paul's letter to the Romans initially sounds like another diatribe against sin designed to make us feel bad about ourselves, except for this. Woven into the thread of this chapter is grace. Paul says that our lives in Jesus, grace abounded. I also like to think of it as grace unbound, grace set loose in our lives and in the world. The world of late has seemed an increasingly graceless place, full of rage, hate, and fear. And for too many, Christianity has seemed an agent of gracelessness by being a harbinger of judgment and hypocrisy. Yancey describes a woman who was encouraged to go to church with her many needs and problems. "Church," she replied. "Why would I ever go there? I was already feeling terrible about myself. They just make me feel worse." You see our challenge? C.S. Lewis said that the goal of Jesus was to make each one of us little Christ. Or to put it another way, we are to be grace notes to the world. It's not hard to identify those grace notes. In a New York Times piece on grace, yes, the New York Times, writer Peter Werner reflected that if you find yourself in the company of people whose hearts have been captured by grace, count yourself lucky. They love us despite our messy lives. Stay connected to us through our struggles, always holding out the hope of redemption. You don't sense hard edges, dogmatism, or self-righteous judgment from gracious people. There's a tenderness about them that opens the doors that had previously been bolted shut. People who have been transformed by grace have a special place in their hearts for those living in the shadows of society. They're easily moved by stories of suffering and step into the breach to heal. And grace properly understood always produces gratitude. This is grace unbound. Frederick Buechner said, "People are prepared for everything except for the fact that beyond the darkness of their blindness, there is a great light." You are part of this great light and called to point people in the direction of the light of the world. And if they can't see it for themselves just by pointing, take them by the hand and lead them to Jesus, to love and grace unbound.